everybody. It's Pete's Basement episode 19, and we're going to start off the week with Batman Rest in Peace. Came out this week. Surprisingly enough, I liked it, even though it was written by Grant Morrison. I know you already gave me a bag of shit about liking it before we even started filming, so why don't you tell me why, and tell everybody else why.
You gave away my bag of shit, did you?
It's it's a lot of foreboding. The black glove, criminals, villains, whatever, look cheesy in this shit. The only good thing is Joker, because he looks absolutely fucking evil.
Whoever's drawing this is really, really good.
Grant Morrison writes the evil Joker, and almost always is drawn beautifully because of what Grant Morrison writes. But it's just building up to some shit. Just get to the fucking point, you know?
It's only the first issue, bro.
I don't care for DC anymore, and it's just sad, because for a while I really was strictly loving their shit. But, I mean, they're hyping up Trinity coming out in June.
Right. Wasn't that a hardcover a while back, with that story with Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman?
Yeah, you're right.
When they fought Ra's al Ghul, Ra's al Ghul, whatever?
You're totally right.
Yeah, is it the same fucking story, or is it something
No,
new?
it's a new weekly they're going to
So
have.
they just ran out of titles, basically.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, fair enough.
And, I mean, they're barely doing any shit with Batman. Superman we're not even covering because that's bullshit too.
I don't know, I kind of liked it. I mean, I know that it seems like these characters in a black glove are, in some way or another, reflections of, you know, like Batman's main villains. You know, it looks like they just kind of resemble them, I don't know, in a sense. If you take a look at the splash page, where, you can see, I'll just fucking show you right here.
Did they get to Pennsylvania yet?
No, I think they're from Europe, actually.
Oh, God.
But,
no, but isn't R.I.P. Rest in Pennsylvania?
yeah, I don't know. It has that European look. Fucking Quasimodo's running through the town with a horse and carriage. I imagine them being from Europe. Like, this dude looks like Bane. There's fucking the Joker mixed with Ozymandias or somebody. I have no idea who that guy is. There's like Hush and the Riddler all put together. This guy's a skinny penguin. I don't know what this dude's story is. He's like a mime. I don't know. I don't know.
It's a big I don't know.
It's a weird looking cast of characters, man, and
but it is Grant Morrison. He does do that shit.
I'm just gonna kind of enjoy watching Batman beat the snot out of all of these guys. I don't know why it's Rest in Peace. Let's hope Grant Morrison isn't stupid enough to kill Batman. If he does, Dan DiDio should be fucking stalking his house.
Like I was telling Ramon before, I think he's most likely probably just gonna retire or give up the mantle.
That's retarded. Why are they
And one last thing about the Joker, I mentioned that the way they drew the Joker.
Yes,
I don't know if you noticed, but the Joker has the cut smile, just like the Joker in the upcoming movie.
Yeah, I didn't notice
I'm not
that.
a big fan of it.
Which I'm not really a big fan of it. It works in the movies. I don't like it in the comics.
I don't know. If Grant Morrison is stupid enough to end the story that way without a Batman retiring or him dying, then Dan DiDio should honestly impale him with his own pencil. It's just the way it goes. I mean,
You gotta think about it. You actually think they're gonna kill Bruce Wayne?
they've killed Clark Kent. They've broken Bruce Wayne's back. Why wouldn't they just kill him?
They're gonna kill him or just retire the character?
I think it's stupid if they do it either way. Just let him win, and just let it be. Just let that be the title. Like, you know, maybe he considers retiring. Maybe, you know, I don't know. Let's kill his new girlfriend because she just found out.
And
who
I was
he
telling him that new girlfriend I think is in on the whole thing. She's way too good to be true.
I agree. Why is there Wonder Woman in this pile?
Because, again, back to the whole Trinity thing.
Okay.
I mean, Alex Ross is doing Batman. He's doing Superman covers. Wonder Woman, part of the Trinity, she gets shit. The story in this is shit. It's just, DC ain't doing squat. They ain't doing nothing with their major characters, and yet...
So you're saying Gail Simone's not writing?
Oh, I love Gail Simone, and this is nice, but it has Beowulf in it.
Really?
Yeah.
Wait, the actual character?
Would you expect that? No, I mean, I don't mind it, but would you expect
Wonder
that?
Woman is, you know, she does surround herself with a lot of mythical characters. So.
I mean, all the things going on in DC right now, the whole universe fighting, one of the damn crises is coming up. Trinity's coming up. You think you amp her up as a great character. Instead, she's on a side mission with Beowulf.
I guess it all depends on the fan base, really.
Yeah,
I don't read Wonder Woman myself. The only ones I know who did were you and Letitia. So.
Yeah, that's cool.
I don't know. I did have a lot of fun with this one, though.
Yeah, that was fun.
Titans 2 came out. It's just a lot of, like, early 90s angst with, you know, it's really entertaining. It was really a fun read. It's very lighthearted. There seems to be a lot of sexual angst going on. Starfire, I think, is a lesbian. There's like at least one or two instances in here where she kind of alludes to playing for both teams. But, I don't know, just... fuck. Basically, Raven goes and sees her father, who kind of looks all the worse for wear. Trigun is not looking his usual powerful demonic self, and Beast Boy is great for comic relief. He's always turning into some kind of crazy shit. And I was never the biggest fan of Teen Titans, so I'm not really too familiar with these characters, so reading them now, it's kind of like it's a brand new start for me, and it's still a great jump-on point for anybody else who might be interested in it. It's a great team book. The interaction between the characters is really well written. They all know each other so well, so it's like you're like kind of the new friend in the group who already see like how everybody else relates to each other, and you kind of take a back seat to that, and you just watch and let it all happen. It's really good. I really enjoyed it, and yeah.
Beast Boy.
Beast Boy.
Beast Boy. Who's Beast Boy?
The little green dude.
Green
looks
guy
like
morphs into animals.
Yeah, looks like Grodd on the cover.
Does his name change when he gets older?
No.
Nah, he's
Just ask the Legion of Superheroes.
I will.
Call them.
But I agree with you with that. I'm also on the same boat as like not being familiar with this Teen Titans. My generation Teen Titans was Tim Drake Teen Titans, which originally was Young Justice, and then became Teen Titans. So I agree with you. It is a good pick.
I'm also happy to see Wally West on the team, on a team at some point.
On a team, exactly.
Green Lantern Corps, man. This was the reason we started reading this title in the first place. This was great, man.
It is.
I definitely enjoyed it.
That and the other Green Lantern book is a gem of DC right now.
Yeah, absolutely. No contest there. Mongol is still a twisted bastard. His plan for the Black Mercy flower is basically he's re-bioengineered this flower to where originally the Black Mercy would attach itself to, and you would be living in a dream world, basically. Yeah. Your greatest fantasy is coming true in your own head, so there's no reason for you to take this symbiote off of you or to even want to. And Mongol, now having control of about something like 30 Sinestro Corp rings, has re-engineered the Black Mercy to institute your greatest fear, your most horriblest nightmares. And
you're just shooting them off into space after people.
The artwork is not perfect, it's not great, but there's a great scene here where Aricia is suffering from the nightmare of the Black Mercy, and you feel it there, man. That is a great panel. And we're going to scan that for you guys, probably on screen by now. Honestly, if you're not reading at least one Green Lantern title, you're kidding yourself.
You're missing out.
Losing.
Who's writing this?
Who is writing this? Tomasi.
Tomasi, as Adam would say.
Because that Marvel
He's on point.
story was in that Alan Moore.
Yeah, no, that's true. That was one of the Alan Moore books with Black Mercy, but they even said it in here because one or two of the Lanterns didn't understand the concept of what the Black Mercy was and what it did and why you shouldn't get too close to it. And one of it was Kyle Rayner that actually said you can't tell the Black Mercy story without telling the Mongol story. So this is a great refresher course too if you're unfamiliar with any of the aspects of this storyline. So definitely pick up Green Lantern Corps 24. You're kidding yourself if you don't. And shifting into another area of outer space, we have first premiere issue of the new Guardians of the Galaxy. I didn't pick this up myself, but I did read it. And I wouldn't say it's great. It was a fun read. My friend loaned it to me, and I read it.
Because of the Annihilation, I think they're getting these people together to not prevent something like that from happening.
This is another accidental team forming, and I guess it works. If you like, space books and things like that, and if you're a big fan of Annihilation, you'll definitely feel a lot for these characters. Me, having not read Annihilation, still, I know, I owe you guys a book report. Don't remind me.
That's right.
But, I kind of felt that I wasn't so attached to these characters. I didn't understand the way the team works itself together and how these characters relate to each other. So I really kind of felt like an outsider on this one. But all in all, it was still a cool book. It was a fun read. So it was a cool cover. It definitely was. I would say pick it up. Sure, why not? I'm not going to pick this up myself, but I intend on reading these guys' copies until it gets boring and stupid. It's not that happy. Fucking Guardians of the Galaxy. Let's be real.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, you're right.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
And speaking of galactic invasions and things like that, Fantastic Four: Secret Invasion came out this week, and this book was fucking awesome.
It was.
There's a lot of spoilers in this book that can we even talk about this one?
Well, it explains
get it.
what happened to the Baxter Building in Secret Invasion #1.
Right, which you basically knew
what
already.
Happened or why it happened.
Why it happened.
Right.
Yeah. And it shows who's dealing with the Fantastic Four.
You find out who the Skrull is and why they're, so interested in taking out the Fantastic Four, basically. They just hate them, basically.
Yeah.
Reed Richards is the Skrull's Osama bin Laden. They hate him. They hate him. They have Reed Richards' toilet paper. That's it. They despise his existence.
You find out who the Skrull is and you find out how they grabbed them.
Right.
Yeah,
Right. So, you should definitely pick this up. I don't want to put the little cheese on the screen and spoil everything for you, but what I suspect is this is only 3 issues long. They're probably going to run this for 3 months or so. Maybe it takes 4 or 5, given Marvel's affinity for putting shit out always on time. And then the Fantastic Four will once again escape from the negative zone, which is where the Baxter Building wound up. No big spoiler there.
Yeah.
And then they'll probably show their faces in the regular Secret Invasion storyline and probably come around and save the day right before Nick Fury does. So.
Now, what's going on with the regular Fantastic Four series?
It is once again
disgusting and shit.
Besides being shit,
it's totally
it is happening at some
It's
point, which is Joe Quesada's view of the Marvel Universe. Everything happens, and it happens at some point. It's totally out of continuity.
So, all of the other comic book crossovers for the Secret Invasion are going to have their own Secret Invasion, like miniseries?
Not every single one of them. There are a few
There's
specials. Fantastic Four is one of them. There's 1 or 2 more.
Runaways, Young Avengers, that's one. That's
Runaways, Young Avengers is together, though, right? It's like a team-up book, right?
And
they're dealing with the Super Skrull invasion of Earth. That's last I saw, because they were right
in New York. Yeah.
Right. That might be worth picking up.
So, in the future, we could, hope to see all the other regular continuity comics inside the Secret Invasion time
with
somehow.
any luck. Legacy 211. I don't know why I bothered to pick this
I don't
up,
like when
man.
they just change the name of the title.
I hate that too. They did that with Incredible Hercules, and I was really annoyed. And
that's a good book.
That was a good book, so I tolerated it.
It's cheating. They got to start for number 1.
Yeah, no, I agree. They absolutely
Number
should.
1.
And you know what? That's what XMen Legacy is turning into, is my shit, basically, because there's no team going on.
Wait, it's turning into shit?
It's
you mean it wasn't shit before?
No, I gave it the chance, and I'm trying to give it the benefit of the doubt, but it's not working.
Through osmosis, it went through.
Big surprise. Gambit's back. It's been 2 months. He's gone. Yay, who's back? Thrilling. It's a cool cover with Dark Phoenix on it, and you know what? It's just Professor X reminiscing. That's the entire concept of the book. It's pointless. Just please get on with some kind of story.
Gambit should have been the Katrina.
That's cold.
That's like
I don't like him. Fuck him.
Oh, because he's French.
So are we starting again? Yeah, he's from Louisiana. I'm from New Orleans.
I forgot that didn't dawn on me. I had a big connection.
Wolverine 65 concluded this week.
Bad ending.
I haven't even read it yet. Spoil it for me, please. It was bad. It was a
He
bad
leaves her
ride
in the
getting
desert
here.
to die by herself while she's wounded.
Because he has friends, because he's in the X-Men and she's a loner. So he pretty much says, if I leave you here by yourself, no one will come get you.
You think about that.
You just
while
think
you're
about
there,
that while you're
naked and bleeding and dying.
That's like go to your room. Think about what you've done.
It was bad.
Because that is the only plus about this. It's a naked fight.
See an effective use of shadow. Why is she puking green on
Yeah,
it?
I don't
Like we've said, there's too many Wolverines and too many titles.
She did get shanked, but I've been shanked before, and I don't ever bled green. I've puked green on people.
Really?
You've been shanked by 3 enemies too close?
No, not at all.
Yeah, that's what it is. She probably was,
you need the combination.
Yeah, it is. It's a combination.
You need everything.
She's probably allergic to
Technically, it's 3
adamantium or
shanks,
something.
you know?
So where is this book going at? They don't even tell you.
I don't know, but there's supposed to be some new arc coming up about Wolverine in the future, and he looks like a Clint Eastwood type of character.
Good.
Well, all in all, you agree it's crap then?
What?
It's crap?
Wolverine? Yeah,
The only good thing Wolverine?
Yeah, no, I didn't like it. I didn't like the previous story. I had high hopes for this one because the artwork was still good, and it remains good, but, Ron Garney is a talented bastard. That's about it. The story just fell short for me. And speaking of falling short, Marvel continues its deluge of Wolverine titles.
Stop.
And what, the wordies?
No,
Words? Wolverine, the Amazing Immortal Man, and Other Bloody Tales. This is really just...
Man. He's 100 years old, big whoop.
This is really just like a bunch of different... no, the reason they called him that is one of the stories is him as like a sideshow freak being cut, stabbed, shot, burned, thrown off of a 50-foot building onto spikes and shit. He's a sideshow freak.
That's it. That's a weekend in Brooklyn.
If Tales from the Crypt starred Wolverine, it would be this book. If you're a huge-ass Wolverine fan, and this was like 1992, you could probably get away with this book. 2008, you really can't do it. It was interesting, but not nearly interesting enough that I could recommend it to you. Download it or something. They got a lot of digital comics these days.
It's not even a one shot.
Yeah, no, it's a one-shot. Thank God.
Yeah, seriously.
After
Logan, thank God it's a one-shot.
Some of the artwork is good, but some of the stories, they just... it falls a little short for me. It went 50-50, basically. Here's one that's kind of been falling short, but I can't deny that I'm still liking it. 12 number 5 came out this week.
That's what describe it.
You know what? There is nothing going on in this book that screams action. There's no... overall, holy shit, this is going to happen to them, and this is really bad. There's no villain yet. There's no conflict for all of them. Each character is involved in their own little world. They have their own little conflicts going on, and really, it's very character-driven as a book, and I'm still enjoying it. It's really still well-written.
Yes, greatly so.
I'm definitely going to keep picking it up.
Yeah.
I figure some major conflict got to happen eventually, but at this point, I'm still enjoying it. It's still good. And seeing how all of these characters relate to a modern time. Like, at one point, I think it was Captain Dynamo, or Captain Wonder, I'm sorry, I got the name wrong. Dynamic Man and Captain Wonder are constantly going at odds. And Captain Wonder goes into this school and he's telling these kids about, stay in school and, preaching about the greatness of the government and things like that, and how the government will take care of you. And these kids turn around and say, dude, we get shot at every day, we get stabbed and attacked, and, nobody's helping us. How the hell are we even going to deal with this? You don't know anything about this world going on now. And, then Dynamic Man, after this almost fight that he and Captain Wonder had, has a great little monologue where he comes to him and he basically apologizes for acting like a jerk-off. And he says, the reason I'm doing this and the reason I'm encouraging you to just go out there and be a superhero, be what you're supposed to be, is so I don't have to sit there and think about the state of the world that we're now living in, this world that I can't understand. This isn't the world we fought for. This isn't the world we supposedly died for in World War II. This isn't the world we fought to defend. It's different now, and I can't handle it. So that's why I just go around and I do all of this stuff so I stay busy and I don't have to stop and think about it. And basically, Captain Wonder just dismisses him like, just get out of my face. But that was like, for a character that's been an asshole for 5 issues now, that was a really interesting moment for him.
He was like downright racist
at
one point. Yeah,
absolutely. But he didn't understand, man. That was. He's referring to an issue, I think it was 2 or 3, when he was chasing the black guy. The woman was like, oh my God, he stole my purse. And he picks up the first black guy he sees and is threatening him. The woman comes over and says, no, stop, that's my husband. And he's like, what? You guys from 1930, 1940, man, that shit just did not happen. It's that simple. And if it did, it certainly wasn't talked about or as widespread as it is today. Now it's okay. It wasn't then. You just didn't see it. And these guys are really from the 1940s, and you can tell it in the writings. Straczynski is really in touch with that. And it's such a great book. I'm really
no action.
No, not at all. No action whatsoever. It's like reading a real book. It's like characters and shit.
It's like porn about pictures. It's just...
I wasn't going to go there, but, all right, it's okay if you do.
It's true. You can read porn you want, but it doesn't... Anyways.
Moving on a little bit. Here's one that definitely would have slipped under your radar. Dead of Night number 4 concluded this week. It was a 4-issue limited series by the Marvel Max line. That was basically the origin of Man-Thing. And you know what? I picked it up purely because all the covers resemble the old EC Tales from the Crypt stories, and the artwork inside is painted really well. They even got a character called Digger. He's a grave digger, and he kind of plays the role of the Crypt Keeper in this. Honestly, if you're unfamiliar with Man-Thing, or if you find the character even remotely interesting, I just really like this story, and I recommended it to you and your girl because you guys like horror books, and there's a lot of blood being shed in this book, let me tell you. And, this kind of sheds a really cool light on Man-Thing because he was just a mort of a character for the most part, and this turns him into a real badass. He's just grabbing people and secreting that acid shit that he's got in his hands and just burning bitches' faces off and shit like he does in this one. It was really cool. He breaks people's backs, tears them in half, man. He don't give a shit, man.
You like that stuff?
I do, man. I like blood and I like guts. Tales from the Crypt was the first comic book I ever bought.
That says a lot.
It does. Yeah. And speaking of blood and guts, also, you should definitely, before I get on to this one, Dead of Night should be out in a 4-issue collected series real soon. Should maybe run you about $10. Pick it up. It's just a fun read.
Yeah, he does.
In that particular circle, yeah, he does. But he don't look like that in the beginning. Punisher 57. If you're not reading this, you're an idiot, man. This is Garth Ennis' final run on Punisher. It's him wrapping up about 5 years' worth of stories almost. He's been on the book for nearly 8-9 years, and it's absolutely the best. He set the bar the highest it's ever been for the character. These 4-star... They have their hands full, man.
Sucks for you.
He's got these 4-star generals that he's got some kind of dirt on. He's obviously going to do something about it. He's going to probably kill these guys. And, I told you a couple of episodes ago that the generals decide that the only people Frank Castle will not attack with bloody force is American soldiers because they're basically innocent. They didn't do anything wrong. They're just following orders. And he sicks these soldiers on him. And these soldiers are like black ops guys. And they go after Frank. And they're like, oh, we're going to get him. We got him cornered in this factory. And meanwhile, Frank's just sitting there watching him on video like,
like
let's go.
With all these weapons around him. But instead, he chooses.
But because he will not fire, he will not use lethal force against American soldiers, it says a lot about the character. And these guys come in with gas grenades and things, and they think they're going to take him by surprise. And Punisher's just sitting there with a gas mask and a baseball bat, blasting them. It's so great, and the ending's got a real cool twist on it. And I suspect that Frank's probably going to talk these soldiers out of their mission, and they're all going to go after the generals, which would probably be the way I'd write it. But knowing Garth Ennis, there'll be fucking somebody getting his face blown off, and you know, who the hell knows what? It'll be a puppy running through with a bomb in its stomach. Who the hell knows, man? Garth Ennis is a maniac.
Again.
Shit.
Punisher, you need to get it. You need to get every single Garth Ennis Punisher book that's ever been written.
I agree, too. I agree as well.
He concurs.
And I'm going to conclude on a sour note. Captain Britain in Secret Invasion #1. Captain Britain in MI-13.
It was cool seeing a superhero bite the neck out of a Skrull to kill him.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
But you know what? I'm not interested in any of these characters.
No,
and the Skrull invasion leaking into Europe, I don't care.
There's no Skrulls.
I don't care.
Yeah.
I thought Europe was all Skrulls.
They are.
No, but there aren't.
They are. It's actually a human invasion.
He's punching
The
Skrulls
Skrulls are defending themselves
There's a
against
human
the
invasion of
Right.
Europe.
Can you just punch a Skrull's head off like that?
I don't see why not. You know, they've never been said to have like really that superhuman of powers without those, you know, Skrully super enhancements.
I guess.
But you know, honestly, I mean, I never read Excalibur except for that issue of Fatal Attraction. I think it was the only one I ever picked up.
Well,
Yeah, that was it. When it was a damn crossover.
Yeah, I don't know any of these characters. I remember the Black Knight from the Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends cartoon. That's about as far as I go with that.
She bites the name, yeah.
I don't care.
Lots of hate mail.
Speaking of
I
midgets,
don't know if we get hate mail.
Steve, this one's all you because there's a lot of crazy shit running around.
Yeah, that's all you. You and Adam, but he ain't here.
So it's on you, bro.
Let Adam talk about it.
So, Adam?
No, no.
So,
No shit. He didn't like this one.
no.
Why not?
Where is Adam, man?
He's online for the
We
news.
have no idea. We were waiting for him as long as we could, and that's why we started filming this issue, episode, where are we? What are we doing here?
Same shit.
We're just wasting time.
We film issues.
Yeah, we
and
filmed
read
this
episodes.
episode late. I have issues, that's for sure.
Talking heads and
With this character, I can't think of the character's name, but it sounds like a story of the Old West, and he pretty much gets duped by a woman who convinces him to kill his own family so she can eat them.
women.
And,
That's pleasant.
And so he puts a curse like on the land, and that's in the present time. That's where Goon lives. So like most of the issue is like telling the story of this guy's old story. So then he approaches Goon at the very end. So nothing really gets resolved. So it does seem like something is ending, like the series is ending. I get that impression. Like he comes to Goon, he's gonna say, I need to talk with you. So he's gonna probably try and take over Goonland, I forget where they live.
Goonland?
Goonville.
Goonville. Oh, okay.
There's another part, half of it's like done by the Philbach brothers. There's like 2 stories in one. And the second one is good. The art isn't nearly as good as Eric Powell's. But PJ's Valentine is always fun. Have you read these yet?
No, I haven't read it yet. I'm so backed up on. Is he running around with no pants on?
Yeah, but he's like, I pooed.
And poo. Yeah.
So, but Goon is good. And I'm just waiting for the next one because like I said, nothing really
Is they going to do anything like really spectacular for issue 25? Is it going to be like a double set?
That's what I have a feeling. Because like I said, it ended. It was mostly this story of the old Wild West, and then like it ended with him revisiting the world and like approaching Goon about something, but they don't say what. So.
Okay.
Pass it back.
That's it. There you go.
Off camera.
Off camera.
So from Goon, now we're moving on to Danny brought 3 books with us.
3 books that probably none of you have ever heard of.
Never heard of them.
And probably never even heard of the companies aside from Image. But this is under Image Shadow line.
Oh, God.
Which is Pretty Baby Machine.
Okay.
Basically, it's black and white comic. I'm not into them. But if you like mob stories, this is the book for you. Deals with, Pretty Boy Nelson and Al Capone
I
and
picked
all
it up, but
that.
then I put it back. It looked too busy. I don't know.
The art is very busy because of the black and white and all that. But the story was actually
It's got
cool.
kind of a Sin City feel to
Yeah,
it.
the story is actually cool.
Very heavy.
And if you like mob tales and if you like hits and guns and drugs and all that type of
Good
old school
punch.
shit, this is a really good book, and I would recommend it. Also, we got Helen Killer
That's interesting.
Helen Keller.
Please tell me about this.
Now this book is kind of like a what-if story on the whole Helen Keller story. I mean, Helen Keller story. And it basically is some scientists made her some bifocals that kind of emulate the powers of Daredevil, if I had to explain it in an easier way. They gave her these bifocals and now she could see, hear, and do everything else on a super level. And they also trained her to be like some crazy assassin. So she's fucking everybody up with her fucking blind stick. And the premise of the story is they're trying to recruit her into the Secret Service to protect the president.
So it's like Daredevil and Wolverine.
So it's like Daredevil meets Helen Keller, I guess.
Of course, because
that would be the best way to explain it.
Neither
It's
one of them
actually
would
cool.
know the way
I only picked it up because of the fucking title, and it actually turned out to be pretty good. And then this one right here, Insane Jane, this is issue number 2 actually.
What the fuck is Helen Keller's doing a backflip and shit?
Fucking people up in her old school gown with her boots, and it's actually pretty awesome.
There's something funny about this. I'm gonna have to read this.
Yeah. And the final book, Insane Jane, I only brought this because we've talked about Kick-Ass, and we've talked about how good Kick-Ass is.
Right.
And this actually is kind of like Kick-Ass in a sense, but it's a female main character.
Yeah, I flip it.
The art is really colorful.
Yeah.
The artwork looks
the inside
cartoony.
match?
Yeah.
Yeah, the artwork looks cartoony. You look at it, you think it's something from the Disney Channel, but when you start reading the story, it's actually pretty mature.
Pregnant?
No, she's just a chubby chick.
Okay.
The basics of the comic book is kind of like Kick-Ass. Some regular chick who's just a big comic book geek, and she happens to see a convenience store being robbed one day. She calls the cops. They stop the robbery. Then she's on this whole thing that she's a superhero now. She thinks she's a hero because she saved the convenience store from being robbed. And then she goes out, makes a costume, and starts trying to be an actual real superhero. Kind of like Kick-Ass in a sense. But obviously everybody knows
Is she a kid or she's a...
No, I guess she's a teenager or young, she's kind of old. But issue 1 ended with her trying to stop a bank robbery in her costume, and the criminals just laughed at her, pistol whipped her, and they tried to blow her head off with a shotgun. Now, the guy that she's in love with in the comic book saves her, and now she thinks they're like a big team now, and he's like, you're a freak, leave me alone, and this and that. Her parents and everybody are worried. And the ending, I'm going to spoil it for you just to probably maybe bring you into the book a little more. The ending, she actually gets superpowers. I'm not going to explain how, but she actually got superpowers, and issue 2 ends with her parents being killed, and it's like a whole like Batman Bruce Wayne ending. And let's see where it picks up from here. I was kind of upset that they gave her superpowers. I like the whole thing that she was just a regular chick who was just a big comic book geek. But let's see where it goes from there.
I like how I instantly thought that she was pregnant because she was chubby.
She was like a chubby
what does that
chick.
say about like the way comic books are drawn? Like you're just not used to seeing realistic women.
That's why I like this. I also like the effect what they do with the inside where everything is in black and white.
I like the
except for her.
cartoons actually. I really like the animation. I like the artwork inside. Actually.
Yeah,
I like
the artwork is cool and
kind
the
of
story
super
is pretty cool.
deformed
Can you still pick up
anime
issue
style.
1?
You can still pick up issue 1. Issue 1 is still around.
Anyway,
So I guess
cool. Insane Jane. I
Insane
have to
Jane.
check that out. That looked pretty interesting. So I guess that about does it for us this week at Pete's Basement. So check us out on the MySpace page and drop us letters and questions at questions@petesbasement.com. And if you like what we say, then let us know. And if you don't like what we say, send us hate mail.
If you like what we say, go to dig.com, D-I-G-G people, and dig us. We reviewed on it, and yes, I don't know.
Psycho.
Yeah, please give us some support, some love.
Go to dig.com, dig the story about Pete's Basement, and that's about it. You're editing this, so it doesn't matter. I hear Gilbert Gottfried every time I see Rocket Raccoon talk.
Don't do the voice.
I'm not going to do the voice.
Please.
Why don't you want me to do the voice?
We have a studio audience.
We do.
Yeah, yes.
Pete's Basement is filmed in front of a live studio audience. There's no applause meter behind me, guys. That's real. Write to us at questions@petesbasement.com and check us out on the MySpace page. You know the title by now. It's probably on the bottom of the screen. Somebody edited
Dig
this.
us.
Wasn't me.
Not yet, not yet, not yet, no.
Die Scheiße!
Whoa.
What?
Mi mierda.
Did you read Batman Rest in Peace yet? Did you? I give this 4 cannolis! This was really cool. We got a whole bunch of new European villains running around. They're all gonna try to kill Batman. Holy shit! Did you read Teen Titans episode 2? Did you? Trigun's back. He's got kids. Fucking Ravens running around in hell. Beast Boys comic relief. I give this 4 cannolis! Did you read Green Lantern Corps? Holy shit, if you're not reading Green Lantern, you're fucking kidding yourself. Let's get 5 whole cannolis Mongols running around. There's some Black Mercies running around. There's a whole bunch of space shit going on. 5 cannolis, you gotta read Green Lantern, you gotta read it. Did Did you read Fantastic Four Secret Invasion? You gotta check this whole shit out. This finds out where the Fantastic Four went after the Baxter Building got teleported out of Manhattan. Find out what's going on. Find out how the hell Sue Storm became a Skrull. This gets 3 cannolis. Guardians of the Galaxy. I don't really give a shit about this one, guys. You want to talk about this one? I'll give it 3 cannolis. Again, Steve, come back.
Steve.
Dave! Fucking Steve.
No!
What about these?
He's setting up a visual
them at
gag.
all, or?
What's that? Oh shit, dude! I forgot all about him. Oh, we gotta do the ending again anyway.
Alright. What the hell?
Steve sets up a sight gag.
Keep it just in the back and.
Dig, okay.